conscientious that has been training with the memes. Hello, dear listeners. It's ToastTalks with CoachBusi. Today, as always, I've got a guest who is interesting, who is energetic, who is a Toastmaster like me. She is passionate about it, and she's here to have a conversation with me. Hello, and welcome, Toastmaster Nosi. Yay!
Hello, good afternoon to you, Busi, and good afternoon to your listeners.
Absolutely amazing that you could join us today. Would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself before we even get into the Toastmaster journey? Just who are you?
All right, thank you so much. It's such an honor to be invited in your platform. So my name is Nosi September. I am a Toastmasters in fourways firebrand, which is situated in fourways in South Africa.
Hold on. You said that name very fast. We always shout out the clubs that we come from. So you want to give it punch. You want somebody to be saying, oh, where that girl goes, that's where I want to go. So hit us again with your club.
My club name is Fourways Firebrands.
Go Fourways Firebrand. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. So I joined Fourways Firebrand earlier this year. So previously I was part of a corporate club called Absa Breakfast Club. That's where I actually started my Toastmasters journey. I remember I was in a meeting and someone posted on the chat, if you'd like to join Toastmasters, please can you contact me? And I was like, definitely, that is where I've always wanted to join Toastmasters. I was part of Toastmasters in university, but I had taken a break. And after my maternity leave, I needed something to energize me, to get me back into my self-development. You know, after maternity, you kind of like get lost in being a mom and all this stuff. And I needed something to actually get me back up in my confidence, in my speaking. And once I joined Toastmasters, it was home. It was everything I needed to actually fire up my brand.
Awesome. Well, big shout out to Absa Breakfast Club, the corporate club. Big shout out to you for having set our girl up on this journey. And now you're back. I understand you about being a mom is amazing, but there's only so much excitement you can get from changing diapers and doing the feeds, right?
Yes.
We love the little munchkins, but sometimes you need some grown-up time. You need some quality time with friends. And the beauty of how we're doing Toastmasters now, the hybrid, the in-person and online, is you can have just put your baby down and you can come and join a club in the US, in Madagascar, in Zimbabwe. Speaking of which, you're in South Africa, right?
Yes, I am in South Africa.
Awesome. Now, you see, it's evening your time, it's afternoon my time, and in Toastmasters world, the floor is even. Anywhere you are, it's tea time.
True. Toastmasters is a beautiful network all over the world. I also actually get to join a lot of clubs abroad as well. There's one in Ireland and one that I'll be actually joining in Netherlands because that's where I'm relocating before the end of the year. So Toastmasters is everywhere in the world that you can actually think of.
Well, look at you coming from South Africa. Now, you see, you've just laced a whole lot of interesting clubs. You knew about Toastmasters in varsity. You went to the Absa Club, Breakfast Club. You are now with your current Firebrand Club, and you're moving to Ireland, and you've already located a club. No, there must be something about Toastmasters that must fire you up. Tell me a little bit about what that is. Why are you consistently looking for Toastmasters, apart from the fact that you have the amazing opportunity to speak to people like me?
Of course. So Toastmasters is really a community of growth. So if you really, for me, it has been really about community. It is about growing myself personally. It is about networking with people all over the world. So really, Toastmasters is a platform where you can grow, you can build relationship in Toastmasters and also in the corporate world, because some other people, you find out we're working for the same companies, just that they are based in the other side of the world. So
Right.
really, Toastmasters for me, it has been more than a community. It has, I've actually also got friends now who are part of my personal circle. So it has been growth and community for me.
Awesome. There's a song that I love that we used to sing growing up. It went something like, I'd like to build the world a home and furnish it with love, grow apple trees and honey bees and snow white turtle dove. Well, I might have butchered the words, but you get the picture. It's this
I get it.
beautiful world that we are building. Do you know, as you were speaking, it just hit me that in Toastmasters, you literally can build a world where you
True.
choose your family members, your best friends, your inner circle, your bigger, wider circle. There are people you meet once in a meeting, and then maybe you meet them at contest at another time. And then there are people you like one call. Hey, Nosi, I saw you contesting. You did such a great job. Would you like to be one of the 100 voices on Toast Talks with CoachBusi, celebrating the 100 years of Toastmasters? And the answer, without skipping a beat, is
Yes.
how beautiful is that? Where do you get people who are just rallying to be behind you? It's an amazing world, that Toastmaster. Dr. Ralph Smedley, I'm sure wherever he is resting, he is getting absolute kudos for having made impact and changed the lives of so many people. So I really
Definitely.
love that. Give me some of the other benefits, Nosi. You were when we met, when I saw you, you were impressive in a contest. I love the energy. I love the fire. Your speech was well written, and I could just sit and watch. I am absolutely fascinated about young ladies who are getting into this world and showing up as their best version. And that was you when I saw you. And I immediately got your number and wanted to keep in touch with you. From that contest, how did that work for you? I believe that was your first contest, was it?
It was my first contact. It was my first
Mhm.
contact. So there's a lot of benefits. Firstly, as you had just mentioned, my speaking abilities I have grown in the journey. So I joined Toastmasters last year, and then this year I decided that I want to enter the international contest. So I did. I wrote my speech. I won at club level. I was the top speaker. I won at division level,
Mhm.
sorry, at area level, and I think where we met was in division level. So really for me, it was the growth and the ability to be able to send the message through a speech to different kind of audiences. And I actually gained confidence when I won at club level. I was like, oh my
Mhm.
word, I'm doing this. And I also won in the second round. And for me, there's people that I look up to. For example, Joycelyn Tyson, who was the world champion from
Yeah.
2023. She's a Black woman. She tells her story confidently. And she's someone that I literally relate to because she's also in academia. She's got a
Mhm.
PhD. So there's a lot of women in Toastmasters that actually, that have made it to international stages, which is
Yeah.
where I see myself going, next year I'm going again. I want to take it far because I've seen the potential that is in me. And I've grown, and also in the journey, having people like you have encouraged me to say, no, so you're doing very well in this, which is what Toastmasters does. You get to have feedback to say that this is what you can do better. And for me, it's in Toastmasters, we actually say feedback is the breakfast of champions. So you want to get that feedback, you want to implement it, and to actually just go to the next level. So also some of the other benefit is the growth in my corporate career, because now someone in Toastmasters told me, no, see, you're a leader. And now I actually get to also push in my career to say that in those boardrooms, we can actually make it as black belt. We need to push harder. We need to opt for those opportunities where we can lead, not just in Toastmasters. We learn in Toastmasters, and also we get to grow in our career. So there's so many benefits that I can actually mention: the growth, my career growth, the speaking, and also leadership as well. So I remember first I was afraid of taking up roles, and my president was like, "No, see, club elections are coming, and I am nominating you for a role." And I took it. So for the first time also this year, I took up a leadership role in my club, and it's beautiful. It is beautiful. So people really see the potential in you. They coach you, they guide you, and the growth, it's amazing.
It is, isn't it? It's absolutely phenomenal. And when you touch on feedback, it's the safe environment for me. I know when I had some points that I wanted to give you, all I did was get into your space and say, hey, this is my number. If you'd like us to chat, I have a few tips for you. And you're like, yes, bring it on. This is so different from a world where nobody wants to be corrected. But we don't talk of correction. It's feedback. And that feedback is for you to take it and elevate your speaking gig to the next level. I am excited for what's about to happen in your life. I mean, the fact that you've already committed to getting into contest again, amazing. That is being intentional. If there's a word about me and my life, it's living intentionally. That's the only way I know how to live. So I love that intentionally you've already set the goal that I am going back into contest. I'll be looking forward to cheer you on and to celebrate you.
Thank you so much.
Personal space, Nosi, with your friends, how have you managed to use the feedback techniques with your friends? I know there are ways that I've used what I've learned in Toastmasters in terms of giving feedback. Sometimes that feedback is not exciting. Yay, keep going. It's something that needs growth for the person to handle. And a lot of people think that generally people don't want to have that feedback, but there's a way in Toastmasters that we sandwich it, that we dish it out, that makes it palatable, that makes the person want to say, oh, this person is looking out for me. Tell me about your social side and things that you've taken from Toastmasters and you've used in your social setting.
All right, that is such a great question, Busi. Thank you. Firstly, it's a communication. So there was a level in Toastmasters where I had to identify what is my communication style, and I had to learn other people's communication style as well. And that for me, it was amazing to actually know that people want them to communicate in a way that they will receive it, right? Yes. So it's important to know my communication style and to also note the communication style of the other person. It actually helped me in my relationship with my partner, because when you are communicating a message with someone, you want them to hear the message. So it's best to use their communication style that they will hear it, not necessarily mine, but the receiver of the message. That has been a game changer in my relationship, in my friends. And also, point number 2 that I'd like to point out is when you are communicating with someone in Toastmasters, when you're evaluated, you are told the good thing. What are you doing well? You
Mhm.
know, which is encouraging to continue to do those things. And further, then you are told where can you improve, right? So it also how we communicate with our friends. If you just say directly something that the person they might improve on, firstly, they might be defensive, right? So
Exactly.
it's always better to tell them what is it that they are doing well. With that, now they'll see that you are looking after me, you are not attacking me. And then after communicating that, then you can now communicate what do you think they can improve on. So I think that that skill that I've learned from Toastmasters, it has been a game changer in my relationship with my family and with my friends.
Amazing. I love it. We call it a sandwich technique. Start with the bread, something good, put something meaty, something for them to chew on, something to make that help them grow. Then close it up with bread again. Something like, really good going. We love the journey that you're on, and we're looking forward to keeping on celebrating your future speeches. It is, as you have said, a game changer when it comes to communicating. Absolutely great speaking to you, Nosi. You bring out the fire in me, and Toastmasters is just a world where you don't walk alone. I know Liverpool think they own that tagline, but you know what? In Toastmasters, you can definitely say you never walk alone the minute you're a Toastmaster and you're engaged with the rest of your community. One of the
True.
things that we say in Toastmasters is if it's not fun, it's not Toastmasters. Give me one of your most pleasant, fun, memorable moments in Toastmasters. I know, even though you've just been with the club a year, I have no idea. I have no disillusionment at all that there is something that pops up that is fun that you'd like to share with the dear listeners.
All right, so I can't think of one actually because Toastmasters, each and every meeting, it's fun, it's vibrant. But for me, I'd actually say it's the themes. In each and every meeting in Toastmasters, we have a theme. And then from that theme, we've got a word of the day. And that's where the spice and creativity comes in, where you now have to use the word of the day. And from listening speeches and motivation, it's also fun for me. So some of those have been, I'd say it's fun for me. Getting a new word, sometimes you get tongue twister words where you have to learn
Yes,
to pronounce word.
conscientious. The fun
Conscientious.
conscientious that has been tracing with the memes.
Yes. So for me, those are some of the fun things. It's the learning, the education, and literally people in Toastmasters, they are willing to tell their stories and the life lessons that comes from the speeches. For me, I think that is fun. You get people to really also open up to mentoring and coaching you in Toastmasters. So people really look out for you. And sometimes we'd also have like events where you come, you dressed up, it's a nice. So I also enjoy those. You get to dress up nice, wear your heels. So those are definitely some of the fun moments in Toastmasters.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Personally, table topics for me is the fun, most enjoyable bit of Toastmasters. But it also becomes enjoyable because before we have the table topics, we would have had speeches. I've had
Yes.
people speak on mental health. I've had people speak amazing speeches on health, on exercise. It is just almost like a university, don't you think?
Yes, definitely,
Where
definitely.
you are picking all these life skills. I've had mothers come and talk about raising children, and I have leaned in and listened and gleaned from people who've been mothers longer than I have. It's all amazing. One of the
Yeah.
most interesting things I was looking at recently are the number of authors, published authors in Toastmasters. And I was
Wow,
setting a goal that I want to read any Toastmaster I hear who's published a book. I want to invest in those books.
that
And
is
if I
beautiful.
find a Toastmaster with a TikTok, I want to follow the TikTok. If I find a Toastmaster with a podcast, I want to follow. Why? Because this is my tribe. This is where I'm edified. This is where I have the most joy. And this is where I grow. And this podcast is one of the ways in which I'm giving back to the community, because not everyone can attend Firebrand Toastmasters Club. Not everyone can attend Global Women. But as they come into this kind of environment, they get exposed and say, it's 1 a.m. I can't sleep. What time is it in the US? No, I can't get a club there. But in Madagascar, yes, I can look for a club. Find one and have a good time instead of just getting stressed that you can't sleep. So I love Toastmasters. And what makes Toastmasters fun for me is the people. The people are the most giving. You know, our values, one of them is service. And boy, is there a place where we serve each other. I would like to give you an opportunity to shout out to a member who is a rockstar Toastmaster for you, whether you've met them, whether they know you personally or not. Some of my rockstar Toastmasters are people who probably don't even know my name. I had the opportunity of interviewing one of my heroes, and I was like, yes, look at that. That is beautiful. So you go ahead. Who is your rockstar Toastmaster?
Hey, my rockstar Toastmasters, I'd say, is Jocelyn Tyson. No, she doesn't know me wherever she is, but she has led a path to a small girl that is inside me to say, girl, you can win that competition. It's not about the color of your skin. It's not about you being a woman. Trust yourself. Go for those, go for those competition, and it's possible to win. So that is one person that I would actually want to send a shout out to. I don't know if I can also send a shout out to someone else. So my current club president, Egbert, he's currently based in Spain, but he's from South Africa. He is my role model. In his leadership, he's always on time. He is the most organized person I've ever seen in my whole life, and I have such a privilege to be mentored under his leadership. I think he also joins Toastmasters all over the world. I think she's in Spain. He's got Toastmasters. Like, okay, cool, Nosi, anywhere in the world, if you want a connection, I will plug you. So he's also one person I'd like to send a shout out to.
That's Toastmaster who?
Egbert.
Toastmaster Ahmed, rockstar Toastmaster. You get a shout out on ToastTalks with CoachBusi from the amazing Nosi September. Nosi, this has been a lot of fun. I appreciate your yes. I appreciate you bringing your game to this conversation. Now, I would like you to leave a listener out there going, what Kool-Aid do these people drink? What oxygen do they have that the rest of us don't have? What would you say to them to tell them, entice them, or encourage them to be a Toastmaster or to be an energized, re-energized Toastmaster? The floor is yours.
All right. One thing that I'd say to everyone that is listening, to everyone that has been doubting been doubting themselves, what am I good at? What can I do to serve? What can I do to grow? Personal development. One word I just say is Toastmasters. Join Toastmasters for community, for your personal growth, for your leadership, for your communication skills. It will be a game changer. So if you are thinking about it, don't think. Just log on the Toastmasters website, get a club, and pay that membership. Trust me, you will thank yourself. Toastmasters is everything. As much as people come here and say that I'd like to better my public speaking, that is just a tip in the iceberg. Amen. Toastmasters is a personal development community, to networking. It's facilitating growing your career. literally everything that you can ever think of to grow. So I definitely say, don't think about it. Just join a Toastmasters near you, and you will thank yourself later.
You will thank yourself, and we look forward to seeing your testimony on this Toast Talk, where you come and you say, I listened to Nosi September and I decided if she was telling the truth, I was going to check it out. And thank goodness I did it. That is the Toast Talk we are waiting to see sometime in the future. Not too far, just sometime in the future. Nosi September, thank you. I celebrate you. I celebrate your club. I thank God for your child and your husband and your partner and who you have learned to communicate with better. I thank God for the journey you're taking as you move on to Ireland. Now, I have not joined any meetings in Ireland. I would love to join one of those. I'm doing a count of all the countries that I go to. That one is not one of them yet. So do hook up a sister and let me add Ireland to my walk-arounds in Toastmaster world. Thank you and all the best.
I'll definitely do that. Thank you so much for having me, Busi, and thank you to all your listeners and viewers. Wishing you all the best with the podcast and also in your Toastmasters journey. I am so honored to have been part of you tonight.
The honor was all mine. All righty, dear listeners, see you.